sort of where they are at the moment. But if they can steal some points against FM, that would be great. If they win it, that would be very, very surprising, as I think, although Kaz may be at the top at the moment, Fish are sort of up there as well, we are sort of expecting FM to be the ones at the top towards the end.
Yeah, very likely. Although the players on Xenex definitely aren't bad. We've got Shane, we've got Jakey, both very, I guess, experienced.
Yeah, I heard you played against Shane. How did that go?
I got 16-1.
16-1, huh?
Yeah. That was 2 years ago, by the way, when I was like at DMGO matchmaking, playing a bit of ESEA Open. And
oh, so when you were good?
Right before, yeah, when I was good. Right before Shaney's team got picked up by Malik, we got destroyed in the ESEA Open. That was fun, good days. But we're going into the Vista round. This is going to be Xenex on the T side. FM obviously winning that knife round. And straight off the bat, look at this aggression. We've got both Pulse and Windansky pushed all the way up to B main. Xenex going to put the crisscross smokes in middle, but this flank may be absolutely massive from Pulse.
It's a good flank, but at the same time, we're looking at this mid push come in. Neil, he is going to manage to get one as well, so already looking pretty bleak. Xenex, well, they've got one player waiting behind Shaney, will catch one, and there's a second as well. If he can catch both players, that'd be great. Really not sure what the T's are going to do from this point onwards. They are sort of surrounded, but if they can pick off a player here and there, then maybe there's an opportunity. Nice rotation will come out from Yenko to sort of play that position. It's probably Jenko, I'm just used to Russia, but Pulse will be able to find himself one in the meantime. And look at the HP. A bomb plant, maybe more than they can expect from the rest of this round.
Yeah, this HP is going to be very, very low on the Xenex side. They've got 47 between them. FM eSports are going to be running back in, both with full HP armor and USPs in their hands as they try and take these kills. Peggy's going to be spotted. That's one bullet, one dead. Now it's all going to be on Jakey. He has to pick up both kills here. Lands the first headshot. Going to run around the back of the site here, not committing to a fight, just baiting out the time that he's got plenty of left to hold. He's 8 HP, and now it's all going to be on Neil to try and find him. He gets the headshot. That's massive. FM eSports, they pick up that pistol round. Such a close one as well, but Neil will reign supreme, and that'll be the bomb defused in time.
Just about. A few more seconds baited out and it would have gone the way of Jakey. And I think Mears knew that as well. He's just going to go aggressive, take it towards the end. And I have got to get used to saying Jenko again.
Yeah, it's not Yenko, he's from the UK.
That's the problem. Like, I've spent so much time over in Ukraine that all J's are Y's.
I think just most European
We've got Yeti and Yakey as well.
Yakey and Yeti, yeah, like it. Peg J.
Yeti's worst by far. That sounds so bad.
Well,
I kind of want that to be his name now.
You can request it, I'm sure. But
you've completely lost the plot. We are going to see a push. Here we go. Nade thrown in. That's going to dunk in and do so much damage already. Robin with 2. We are going to see Windansky grab another. Will the bomb go down? No, it will not. Denied. All 5 players surviving. But of course, that was just pistols. We expect the buy to come in the next round anyway for Xenex. And, well, not going to be a huge amount of utility. The bomb plant would have guaranteed that, but they'll have enough. Yeah,
that's the whole point. They went for the eco just so they could at least get a bit more extra money. But money? I'm not Jamaican money. But obviously the bomb plant and the pistol are going to allow them to go for this buy. So they have the AKs, they have a bit of utility as well. Nothing extra that they were trying to achieve, but we are going to see Shane boosted very fast up. That's how you kick off a round, Shane. He takes down Jenko. We are going to see a bit of a return fire from Robin to get aggressive and Squeaky to drop another, but still, why is there a need to push from Pulse, who walks right into the hands of Peggy, putting it back into the favour of Xenex here. This time in a 4v3, which makes it even more difficult than their 5v4 here for the FM side, as they have less players to split out on these sites, and trades are looking very unlikely with one player situated towards each avenue of attack here for Xenex. And they've got a lot of men to deal with here and a lot of utility left here for the T side.
Yeah, really looking, if anything, after the early aggression from the Ts, now I'm just looking for them to slow it down, because really the CTs are the one that need to sort of make a play. They are split in a 1-1-1, and in fact they are looking like they may rotate in the right direction. We will see Neilzinho spot out one, but he gets sprayed. What? Shaney straight through the smoke, lines him up, knocks him down, and that's only going to leave one Windansky on the site, but he hasn't actually been spotted yet, running straight in, and I don't know how he doesn't get that kill. That's absolutely ludicrous. It will be Shaney to get the plant, and I am not sure what just happened.
And Robin says, see ya. He sneaks his way back out of there. Xenex are going to pick up that first buy round on the board, and obviously a nice start into this one. Obviously getting the bomb plant on the pistol is going to allow them to have this round in their favour. And now we see a 2-1. So Xenex attempting to at least wrap rounds together, but FM obviously may want to try and reset this one. Their economy isn't going to be perfect, but I mean, they're getting 1,400. So after this, you can see, I mean, Pulse will be on 5k. A couple of the others will be around.
Are you doing the maths again?
Yeah, no, I can do economy maths. I just can't do anything else. Nothing else. No rounds, no time, nothing. But they'll have enough money to go for somewhat of a buy, maybe some famises or famai, but nothing with an AWP involved.
It won't be too bad just because of the fact that Robin actually saves a weapon and he can drop one over to Windansky. So that's not going to be the problem. They will have a buy overall. And actually, they go for a glass cannon.
I eat my words. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, yeah, Pulse is going to do it, isn't he?
Pulse fires up the AWP. Hugo gets wrecked once again.
I wasn't expecting it. I saw he had the money, but I was like, yeah, he won't do it. Okay, ballsy play though. And once again, Xenex, very fast boost, but this is going to be countered here by Jenko. He's going to be pushed up. This is perfect. He lands himself one. And Darcy goes down. So man advantage now for the FM side.
Yeah, nice little smoke, giving them the position to boost up. And that's pretty much an exact counter to what happened in the last round. They were ready for it this time. It doesn't work twice. Somewhat of a one-trick pony. Do have to be a little bit careful as there is a player waiting up close for this spray, and Peggy is actually going to catch off Neil.
Yep, nice man advantage equalised back in the favour of Xenex here in this 4v4, and no capitalisation there from FM as they obviously went into a boost spot, and that's not something you can trade after you lose a player. So going to be looking good for Xenex, who still have plenty of utility left, whereas the FM side is going to be very dwindled, but already you can see the setup from FM. They've still got two players over towards B, expecting a bit of a split through vents, obviously with Xenex having this mid-control and just finding that first pick. So a nice, I guess, read, I guess you could say, from FM, or at least rotation, but it may be incorrect as we see these players start to push up towards Highway here, trying to clear that angle. But still, they haven't got really a player in A main deep yet, so they're not fully committed to this one. But there we go, Pulse will drop Peggy, and now this aggression in A main combined with the Highway push is going to be when Dansky is the only player on A. We've got Jenko actually set up with a crossfire, but look at this, what's he doing? He's just walking out in the middle of the site. He's not going to hear any of these players pushing up, and Jenko only trades one before he goes down. It's still going to be a 2v2 though, but the bomb's going to be making its way to the site, and the retake it for FM eSports is going to be on.
Smoke will go down. Jake, I don't know how they get away with this. That's the second round in a row now where a player should have died and hasn't. A few mistakes coming in early from FM. Pulse, he doesn't have any armor. Yeah, of course, that's because of the AWP glass cannon, which means it's going to become a little bit more difficult. Now, Jakey's very low, doesn't have a kit, utility, has absolutely nothing, just a bare rifle to play with, a glass pea shooter, and he's going to be trying to walk back in. If he can find a player on site, he has a chance, but JT, well, it didn't matter if he had armor there as Pulse. Well, he doesn't have a Pulse anymore.
Nice beat. FM, though, they are going to be on the eco now after not succeeding in that buy-up. We do have Xenex reaping the benefits, and their money is going to be looking very good for the time being. We've got a player on 6k, a couple on 2k. It's not going to be too bad considering we're only 4 rounds in, and they haven't really had much of a chance to build up an economy. But obviously losing 3 players is going to have a bit of an impact, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't like to see them lose more than 1 really up against this eco. Although FM eSports are bringing in some aggression there. Robin pushed up towards that squeaky door. Windansky with a deagle trying to clear main, but Xenex, they're not walking into anything really. They're just holding the outside of B, and it looks like they're setting up for a bit of a B split coming in through vents here, with the bomb making its way through main, and 2 others trying to push out into middle, but finally Shaney's going to back off, and Jakey is the only one to at least make any pressure towards that area, but he may just be holding for the rotations. Either way, Pulse is going to be cordoned off here in the nades in the checker's room. He's going to get a lot of utility expended towards him, but no kill. Finally, he lands one, actually a very long-range shot to take down Darcy, and a 5v4 into the hands of FM.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by the sort of one-pronged attack coming in at the moment from the T side. They only really had JK anywhere else. I'm a fan of middle control when it comes to rounds up against pistols. You know what's coming. Take the long-range battles, get rid of the players up close, and then you can sort of split the defense with wherever you push. So it seems like they've fallen back to that sort of strategy. We'll take over control of middle. There will be a little bit of a weight coming out from Shaney, trying to deny any presence onto that gun that was dropped, but now they will fall back towards this A side. 2 players up close. Positioning is quite good now from this T side, and although they don't have control of main, back towards the B side, but well, they clean everybody up. That 1 kill is long gone and forgotten.
Great work there from Xenex. Despite having 20 seconds left, they get the bomb down just in time. It looked like they were about to run out of time there, but actually having that 1 player take down Windansky on A, I think it was, basically meant that they can catch off the rest of the players as the CT started to rotate, expecting an A push because the time was so low. But obviously not going to work out for FM. They do have Robin with a deagle trying to save or at least go for an exit, but he's not really in a position to do anything as Xenex won't be chasing this down, wanting to keep their 4 rifles in their hand. No need to stop 1 player, so it will be the round again to this T side, but FM now going to be going for their buy.
Yeah, Robin doesn't look like he wants to go for too much here. Of course, if he can catch a player on the exit, well, I think that'd be a bit of a dream. It doesn't look like anybody's really going in his direction. The only player even close was JT, and they pretty much made sure that there's no way it's getting a rifle either. So not bad overall from the T side. They only lose one player. They will be building up their economy quite nicely. JT already hitting, well, $50 off 10k. He's very, very close. Not the greatest start from Dancy ever, only on 1 point, but it's very early in the game, and we are seeing them in the lead 3-2. Now, 5 will come in. This time there is no AWP. I've played it safe. I've waited till after.
Yeah, not doing me. But, okay.
Never go full Hugo.
Yeah, never go full Hugo. We are going to see Xenex try and boost these players into mid. Actually being thwarted, though. Robin and Jenko going to be picking one up each. And Pulse boosted into vents with the right timing. Going to take out a first onto Jakey. Still spotting out Shaney is going to be Robin to find another. And JT is going to be alone. He does manage to catch out one in the middle spots. Jenko pushing towards that sandbag area, but he's just going to be caught off here. So many nades going into his way, and already aggression in B main as well. He's not going to expect this angle, Neil. He's going to be right and ready for that kill. FM take 3, and complete switch up a pace there. Works fabulously for them.
Yeah, that almost seemed like a no-respect play coming out from FM. They just completely push into middle. Even when they take that aggressive advantage, another player boosts into vents, and they even continue after that to push all the way around the back. So FM clearly not afraid of their opponents. They will pick up 3 AK, so upgrade to the battle rifles in the server. But of course, as we've said, there's going to be another buy coming in for the Xenex side.
Shaney just wallbanged Jenko through 2 walls there. Both the
Shane only did 23 HP.
Yeah, it was because it was through both the grate and also the Z wall onto Jenko, but still, it's quite funny. Regardless, boost up again. Shaney's going to be there with the AWP this time. Does manage to tag down Jenko. That's a lot of damage in his favour as well, and he's going to have to back off here as Robin attempts to re-peek there from the highway. Not going to be able to take the kill though. It's going to be an equal manner of trades as both these players are tagged up. However, Xenex are setting up towards his A site. Robin's going to realise rotation back in. Great spray there through the smoke. Drops Dancy as he tries to make his way outside of this squeaky door, but Jakey's going to be trying to follow up. Does fall as well. Robin's making good work, but look at that. Even better from JT. Only gets 1 before he goes down, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 4. As Xenex, they're really fighting back from the bottom of the scoreboard here. Shaney is going to be taking down another, but Robin, yes, he's just a snake in the grass. He's just free-firing, and Robin, he's going for this ace here. He's got 1 more to find, but Shaney denies it, and it's going to be a 1v2 for him to bring it back.
That's absolutely ridiculous that he managed to survive that long at the site, especially with how low he was. He'll get 4 kills and a huge assist onto the last as well. What a ridiculous round coming out from Robin, but that will be the step up that they need to take this, well, take the lead in this match and also break the economy once again of Xenex. So nice round coming out, mainly from Robin. I don't want to hate on the other players again. Don't want any threads coming my way, but props to Robin, great play overall.
Yeah. Now the pistols aren't going to be too fruitful into this one, I imagine, with just a Deagle and 3 P250s. Obviously you have chances to go for some kind of fast B or fast A push. I mean, both these sites are really easy at close range, but still the lack of armor and utility going to make things a lot harder. Jakey is the only one with that Kevlar, and FM have got all the nades and frankly all the weaponry to hold this one off quite diligently as well, so I don't imagine Xenex will be picking up too much into this one. You can already see the first going to be found from the CT side, so Jenko taking down Shaney. A man advantage going to be in the way of the FM team.
You did not need to add team.
Yeah, but I said the FM, which doesn't really work.
It sounds like a radio station. The FM. There you go, sorted. You saved it. It's done. Either way, we are going to have the pistols rotating their way back into A main. There's only 1 player actually on the site, but quick rotations will be available from Highway. Windansky looking to possibly repeat what we saw from his teammate in the previous round with that quad kill. But they are already coming up in that somewhat direction. 40 odd seconds left on the clock, and it should just be a spray down.
I feel like that's likely, although there is only 1 player on this site to deal with. However, that being said, 2 just rotated back. Jenko's on the orb, and he's going to be able to spot the first instant elimination there when Dansky does follow up with one of his own, but the trade instantly there from Peggy. Now things are looking okay for Xenex, but the time is going to be so low here, they have to commit to a plant. It's going to be Peggy to return 1, but Jenko drops him with a pistol. FM pick up a 5th round on the board, and once again, just shut down that eco. The issue is, though, for them is obviously Xenex got 2 kills, so that's a bit of economy, I guess, detached from the side of the FM side, and Xenex is going to be able to go for the buy as well, with a good amount of utility, so a very decent buy for the T side, but let's see if they can keep it going.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad in terms of buy rounds so far, but we need to see them wake back up, because if they slow things down, FM, well, once they build the economy, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah. But a default setup from Xenex is what I like to see, at least in the previous map. We didn't see this so much, especially not on the Fish T side. They kind of just rushed straight out to wherever they could. And obviously a default is going to allow them to wait for some kind of aggression early on if there does appear to be any. But nothing really shown from FM. They are just holding back passive. We have obviously aggressive position over main to spot out. That's going to be Jakey, but that is pretty... Oh, sorry, Jenko, but that is pretty much it here for FM. He'll be able to get himself a pick, drop down off that box and run onto the site. So it's the only real way that a pick is going to be likely here, unless they commit to middle, in which case Pulse, he is going to be the man to step up. Takes himself one. He doesn't need to re-pick here. I wouldn't like to see it, but okay, he goes for it and he's going to go down because of it. But Robin able to trade, and now we're into a 4v3. And Xenex, they are ticking down the clock, but B is going to be their choice.
And it's actually not a bad choice. The one player they have to really watch out for is Nilzinho. He's over towards that back box in checkers, and if he's not careful, they'll get onto the site without him realizing. But if they're not careful, he'll be in the perfect flank position wherever they plant the bomb. So, well, if they plant it right at the back of the site, but that would have to be pretty lucky. There we go. Pounces in the end as they try and retake checkers control, and this should ruin any chance of them holding onto the bomb. They have to take it from the site. One man over towards Vent is going to be completely useless as long as Neil just sits there. Although now, oh, he's going to burn. Yeah, he'll burn alive, so at least he'll be cleared out. But now they know exactly where the last person is. Kirib dropped down from the Vent. Jakey almost managing to get away with something there, but it is nice from FM, and well, that's the power of that spot, really.
Indeed it is. Another round on the board for them, and really the buy is looking likely at this point with most players with money, but still Xenex not able to really get a full buy with the AWP, with the full nades and Molotovs. And yeah, they have a Galil. You know, the utility's not great on both Dancy and Shaney. It's a bit of a weaker one, but maybe they'll be able to get something out of it, at least with 3 nade buys or 4 nade buys. It should be okay. Still, FM are leading this one, and it's looking very, very equal for the time being. Cash is one of those maps where you can pick up rounds on the T side quite easily. You know, an 8-7 is not very uncommon, and neither is a 9-6, but either way, we are early days, so Xenex haven't made too much of an impact, but they are likely to do so later on in the half.
Nade didn't do anywhere near as much damage as I was sort of hoping it would. Seemed like it was going to land on Peggy's head. Doesn't seem to do just that as of yet. Either way, I'm looking towards this A play at the moment. Still just really feeling out the map, sticking towards middle. If any aggression came out towards B, they would be absolutely screwed, as they don't really seem to have anyone looking in that direction at the moment. But it is just going to be the split. Pushing up quickly, Robin's going to have a lot of work to do. The flash comes in, it's well timed, and they catch out both players, even with a little bit of a love bite onto Peggy as well. Either way, that's the ASAC clear at the moment. The only potential player is Jenko, and while catch anything here? Yes, he can. Actually gets away with it, and Pulse has found another in the meantime.
Yeah, now down to a 3-on-2, again favouring FM here as they find the first picks back in, but it is going to be still a decent potential of a hold here from Xenex, so they can find a quick equalisation frag. It is going to be JT to take the fight, but he goes down straight away, and Jakey missing a key shot is going to put him in the dirt as well. He's only able to find Pulse, and honestly I don't blame him there for going for that peek. It's understandable. You need to find yourself a quick pick, because if a 3v1 comes in and you're left with 3 players rushing towards you with AKs, it's not going to be too great. So FM, they pick it up. Really only 3 deaths, not too bad at their side. They can still drop here. Jen goes up on 10k. You've got players on 7k as well. It's not going to be bad. And Xenex bombed down again. Lost bonus combined is going to allow them to buy up fully here, but still no AWP on Shaney. And I mean, it's you know, they're really not getting too much impact into these rounds here.
Well, the thing with that one is they probably should have won. They probably should have taken that. They had the positioning, they had the man advantage. Their push was really nice onto short. Robin, well, he's played in that position quite a few times now, so to catch someone once again, at least it's a trade. That's not too bad. So it means that we can see a little bit of something. We will see the smoke go down onto highway, and that actually leaves them quite isolated in terms of the information. They can find, but Jenko goes straight through it. Grabs one. But it's going to be this push. Now, the bomb is completely separated from anyone else on the map.
Yeah.
It's in mid. Oh, that's a little bit of luck.
Oh, Peggy playing this perfectly, though. He's not even going for the fight until he needs to. Finally takes down Jenko, and now it will be a 3v2 in favour of Xenex, which is something which is a bit rare, at least. FM are going to be left with just 2 players, and when Dansky over towards middle, not able to catch out anyone as they've rotated back towards B. JT trying to create havoc on A, but there's just no one for him to fight there, and now we are into this bomb plant eventually going down. As we can see, Darcy's already pushing up towards his site, but oh, this may force a rotation. The smoke going down on A, and JT committing with it, although we still see Pulse retain his position on this B site.
That's going to be one, and actually this could work out quite nicely. Pulse, he just has to get one here at least. He's already found the first, doesn't manage to get the second, so it will go back to a 1 versus 1. Windansky will throw in a flash. It will delay the plant slightly, but he should hear that going down. And it feels like he may have been baited out a little bit, thinking that that was just a fake plant. Of course, running through the smoke would have been a huge risk. He is just going to wait this one out. But what this means is the after plant position can be changed from Peggy. Now, I'm not sure if that's a particularly good plant. He will have to push over towards the left, but it doesn't matter. Finds the headshot as Windansky tries to cross. Maybe a little bit lucky that he doesn't actually go for the defuse.
Indeed, but 4 rounds on the board, that's important for Xenex. They finally picked up another after a streak of losses there, so as long as they can continue this, it's going to be great. But again, with the money on the FM side being very dominant, a reset is looking very likely here, and you can already see Xenex going to be facing the issue with losing 4 players, with not having an economy up in your bank. They're going to be on a P90 and a Tech 9, although B-Rush may favour this weaponry, but Pulse, he may not. He's going to be able to take down 2. Neil does follow up as well. They haven't cleaned out this back check as they need to, because he's just going to spray them down. Neil, 3 kills, and look at that control, absolutely phenomenal. And FM, they're going to pick up an 8-4.
Yeah, and now things, well, this is where it's starting to get a little bit worrying. Although they win that 1 round in the last, things fall apart. That's been, what, 6 of the last 7 that have gone the way of the CT side, and that 1 round may actually hurt them more than it gains them after the economy is completely reset. They're going to have 1 P250 as the only investment. To be honest, I would have preferred it was just 1 smoke. At least then they can try and throw in a cross smoke here. It's just going to be very aggressive. Windansky actually does get taken down. Robin with the trade, they're doing way more damage than they possibly should. This 1 P250 actually seems to be a worthy investment. It's already found 2 kills, looking for more. Neil is there as a saving grace to just close it down before it gets too costly for the CT side.
Indeed, and Xenex, this money is likely going to go into a quasi here, and then a buy coming up in the upcoming round for the last of the half, but I feel like without 5 rounds it's going to be very, very scary, but at least FM do pick up the double up here, so this should guarantee them the round as we go into likely a 10th for them, and then maybe even a 5th for Xenex. We're going into the next round with 4-11. The next half of 4-11, that could be very, very dangerous. They really do have to pick up at least one of these 2 upcoming rounds.
Peggy through the smoke manages to catch one off. Looking for a little bit more. They're actually going quite aggressive and, well, managing to get themselves onto the site. Again, the one player they've got to watch out for, though, is Windansky. He's got a great position over towards main. He's actually going to drop the bomb. It is ruining their plant spot. But Peggy's still going ham with this Tech 9. Manages to find a second. He's got an AWP. And both players coming from main. Could mean there's actually not bad positioning. Now, the bomb not planted in a very good position, really, for the positions that the remaining players are playing. It might have been better to go over to the other side of the site. The unfortunate factor is they didn't know where Pulse was before that engagement.
Windansky and Pulse are splitting in through both main and highway. Pulse is going to be pushing up with a high HP player. He just goes straight down there, headshot on his face. And Windansky, I'd just like to see a save. The time is just too low, so is your HP. Just give him around 5 on the board. Xenex actually make it work with the Quasi, which is quite rare to see as well, but still, good job to them, and they're going to keep 3 players alive. Yeah, the CT money, that's a good factor. It's really, really low.
It's quite surprising when you look at actually how many rounds they've won. They won 5 in a row. They lost 1. They win 2. And then they pretty much just get screwed.
But if you look at how many players they had left on most of these rounds, I mean, aside from a couple of them, they've pretty much lost 2 or 3 players, which does impact the economy quite heavily. You know, losing all these players, having to rebuy rifles and kits and nades and everything, and even the AWPs that they've had a double AWP on multiple rounds as well. So yeah, it does impact the economy, and you can see it's already going to be damaging them in this last round of the half, as we have a Mag 7, a Deagle, and a UMP, but they have a counter boost.
Yeah, they're going to go for some aggression. Seems like the right play to make when you have this sort of quasi. So many players being boosted up. Can he get it? Robin gets both. Turning this round on its head. The buy, well, it may have looked like it was favouring Xenex, but the round definitely doesn't anymore.
No, that's not where you want to be. That's not what situation you want to be in if you are Xenex here. Especially on the last round of the half, after picking up a round you technically on paper should not have picked up. It is finally going to be at least alleviated by Shaney, who'll catch out Jenko over in upper, but it is still going to be the man advantage retained for FM, and if they can just hold back and not allow themselves to get picked, this could still be the round and the 10-5 secure for them for this half. But Shaney, he's still not done yet. Sneaking into the site, it's going to be Pulse to take the kill. That will be another man advantage now for FM, doubled here, as Xenex is going to be left in a 2v4. They start to push up middle, and if they could take A site before this player in the flank comes in, that could be good, but Robin's going to deny the first, and Dancy, he is alone.
Not play you really want in this sort of situation. Not had a particularly good game up until a couple of rounds ago, was only on 1 kill, and while he will be able to bring it back at least a little bit, gets himself to 4, and Xenex are able to get to 5 rounds overall. Now, if they get a pistol, I would say that this game isn't over at all. They could pull this one back. However, FM, the sort of streak that they had, the win in the last round with the Corsi, they're going to be feeling pretty confident going onto their T side, and to expect 6 rounds from the team that we are sort of expecting to get through and maybe even win, it's not looking good, let's put it that way. No.
But let's see how this one pans out. FM going to be on the buy with a couple of nades. 3 armor players, and pushing all their players into Squeaky as well. I'm not sure what they have up their sleeves. Robin's obviously going to be setting up for that car smoke with a couple of flashes to flash them out of main, and obviously Neil coming in through the flank as well. But I'm not too sure why he chose to go for a Molotov. However, I'm sure that will
maybe after plant.
Yeah, I'm sure that will make itself clear later, because they must have an idea. You don't typically buy the T-side Molotov on pistol unless you have a reason to. But the bomb going to be going down, and the CT's on for the retake. Shaney trying to catch up one with an elevated position. Peggy as well supporting towards the forklift. It's going to be Jenko to fall first. Finally, the kill's going to be made so late into the round, and Robin's going to be caught up by a nice one tap from Darcy. You mentioned him not stepping up so much. He definitely will this round. Jakey following up with the flank, and Xenex's pistol round is going phenomenally. It's all on with Dansky. He's towards the back of the site, has to take down a couple of players quickly, but they're going to surround him. Darcy finds another, and a nice round for him will secure Xenex their pistol, and actually a 6-10 as well, so they aren't out of this match just yet.
No, for sure. They've definitely got an opportunity to come back into this one. I was waiting for that Molotov to come into play, because the fact was, when looking at the buy that came up on the Xenex side, they didn't have a kit, and the thing you normally buy with a kit is a smoke, just in case that Molotov does come into play. Normally you do that more on a map like Train, not so much on Cash, but if the molly had been thrown, there was huge potential. Wasting 5 seconds when you got a 10-second defuse is huge, but unfortunately, Neil just never really got into a position to actually throw it, and he gets caught out, and it never really gets used. However, they do get a bomb plant, so we can expect a round, or a buy round coming in the third, a little bit early, but that seems expected at the moment. 3 rifles already bought up for Xenex, an UMP, which will probably be carried over, and then your favourite, the MP9, which is going to be the moneymaker in this round.
Yeah, buddy. I can imagine a lot of money will be made as well, as the lack of armor is going to mean these players are literally going to be like vegetables, and not in the mental sense, but more in the soft.
I've never shot a vegetable.
No,
then again, I've never shot a person either.
Soft, squishy flesh sense.
Should probably clarify that.
Yeah, I only shoot the neighbourhood cats.
I don't shoot vegetables, but I do shoot people.
I only shoot the neighbourhood cats, that's it. Pest control, you know. But FM going to be walking into this A site when we do have a lot of players to deal with as well. That is going to be both JT and Shaney, who are right and ready for this one. They have a UMP and an M4 between them. And Shaney just holding the angle, just waiting for them to push. They aren't going to at least make a very aggressive one, as they do start to back off here, back towards the T-spawn. Bomb in Robin's hand as well. And yeah, it looks like a B site take now, very, very late. They're going to be walking into an even more stacked site here, as we've got 2 players both on the default spot with the support eventually from CT Spawn. But actually, as they say, that Peggy going to be rotating, and the MP9. Lovely stuff.
Oh, this should be the Shredder, and not the villain from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The fact that you know his name is disgusting.
Okay. Oh, what? Okay, so maybe not the Shredder. Clearly, the Master has actually come back.
A good workman never blames his tools. It was clearly the fault of Jakey and not the fault of the MP9 there.
You'd rather...
I'd rather be
Don't
Jakey
hate the game, hate the player. That's what you're trying to say.
Don't hate the gun, hate the player.
Well, the gun's part of the game.
I just had a little laugh at the production room from that.
How? How?
They just want a Felico with just PT50s.
Okay, everything I said about Xenex coming back is just gone.
Well, we were talking about vegetables.
Wow.
Xenex.
I'm not going to say what you're implying there.
I'm not implying anything. I just really like the taste.
The Mac 10, much better than the MP9. We'll see if Neil Xenio can pull it off this round. Of course, he's up against no other players, so just off a basis of what we've seen so far, pistols are going to win, right?
No, because it's Xenex using them this time. You already see one by one they're going to be dispatched of. Neil follows up with the MP, or Mac 10, sorry. Sorry, I've still got the MP9 in. The voice ringing out in my head. Jenko follows up onto this A site. There's going to be Shaney to at least try and rebuttal, at least with this.
You're going to have nightmares tonight. Like, how could you, Jay? How? How could you do this to me?
Rip.
You let me down.
He's on the B site this time, so rotation going to come in, but it won't be too fruitful. Neil's going to be already on this flank, and if he clears out, what a waste of money though. Like using that Molotov towards the back of the site, like $400. Even if you get the kill,
make it better. Always there. There we go.
Yeah.
He punishes Jakey for his poor use of the MP9.
Well, Xenex
Should've
is...
used the Nova.
Look at their money, though. That's the thing you got to look at. It's really not good enough for a buy. I can imagine they probably will just for Vance, but no, just some pistols are going to be pulled in, maybe some armor as well. Jakey has a little bit more than the rest of the team.
Just for the bands.
Yeah, and they will pull out the pistols here. Maybe they can make it work. I mean, we've seen it before. It's not impossible.
There's 100 quid on the line here.
Yeah, there is.
There's 100 quid. For anybody who didn't know, every single map is worth 100 quid. Maybe I should get back into Counter-Strike.
Nice on me, then.
Yeah. So FM looking like they're about to make 100 quid. Let's put it that way. Jakey has managed to get a rifle, however, one of the AKs into his hand, the only AK into his hands, and he has a little bit of Kevlar behind it. So there is potential for him to do a little bit more damage. Of course, the only problem is the bomb is now down, and he's also on the other side of the map running and hiding in Toxic. So not expecting anything. Question: do you call it Toxic or do you call it Sunroom?
Toxic, only because I haven't changed my call out yet, which I probably will do eventually.
There's still Toxic battles. They're just not quite.
Yeah, I call it Toxic, but it's like one of those call outs that switches up depending
also,
on my
like, if anybody says it, I still know what they mean.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing that annoys me. If you say the other one, what's that? It's like, come on. It's not rocket science. It's not the most common thing in the world.
Jakey commemorating the Mac 10 there, or MP9. I'm even switching it back on the other way around now.
What have you done?
FM note, 13 rounds on the board. That's the important thing to look at. This is their map choice as well, so you'd like to imagine this wouldn't be too difficult for them to pick this one up. Xenex are going to be on the buy, however, and we do see the AWP on Shaney as well, so that's going to be something at least positive for them. But can he make it work? That's the question.
Yeah, it's going to go over to mid, and well, the answer to your question is a big fat no. Jakey, however, will be able to trade. Getting one pulse. Oh, doing the same job, but it's all Jakey at the moment. The trade machine bringing it back to a much closer scenario. However, the bomb seems to be rotating towards him, probably realizing he is pretty low at the moment. A lot of bullets flying in his direction. Normally that can be suggested. There is currently a player in A main in the form of Peggy. And Windansky, I wonder if he'll actually check the angle. Oh, the timing. That's going to be perfect for him to find that kill. Does actually get dinked up in the meantime, but this is going to force another rotation from the FM side, going all the way back round, but they have got JT to worry about.
Oh, low HP as well. It's only going to take one shot, and he lands it. That will be the 2v2 under the hands of FM, but Robin's going to try and make his way out of main. We still do have JT almost taking the fight on this site. He's going to be forced towards the back of the box, and they are not going to expect that. He goes to the peak, but it won't be fruitful. Lands some damage onto Jenko, but still no kill. Back into a 2v2 is really taking their time for FM to make their way onto the site. But finally they do, and they walk into the bear trap. It's going to be Xenex to pick up another round. The buy working out for them as well, and the 7-13 in play.
A nice round from JT especially, because if he had gone down or just not even found that pick initially, that round would have fallen straight away to FM. So he's given his team a lifeline after the mistakes, after the pistol. They're still 6 rounds behind, however. And the T's, well, they're not going to be letting up anytime soon. This is another buy coming up. Well, I say that, in the next round they probably won't have a buy unless they get a bomb plant, and then even then they'll sort of be forcing it a little bit. But let's just stick with the cheesy catchphrase of anytime soon.
Lovely stuff. But regardless, let's see what FM can pull out the bag in this round. It is the 21st, so they still do have a few more to work with in case they do lose this. But obviously they want to clean up this map in style, considering it is their pick and they are on the T side, so you'd like to think they have some kind of strategy behind this. And Jenko may just be walking into the double play in middle here, as well as Robin, who's pushed up towards B. We do have this Vents control as well from Xenex, so a nice bit of aggression from Jakey to start the round, and he may be able to catch out Robin. He's going to clear it though, lots of damage and almost the kill. He's just going to get away with it. It still takes down another one on the back of that, takes down Dancy, and now Jakey with just 5 HP left. He's going to be alone in middle. It is not going to matter because Pulse is putting pressure on A. It's Xenex is so uncertain where the bomb's going because there's players
they're trapped out of the B side anyway,
causing havoc all over the map.
The loss of the player in Vent just pretty much, or should have pretty much ended that round. Neil is going to be holding close. Flash will go out. He sprays away, and both players miss a little bit, but Neil will come out on top. JT, well, he's trying his best. He's taken one for his troubles, but it's looking like he will just have to fall back and save, managing to at least slightly upgrade to the AK. But, well, I can show you a very ugly picture at the moment by looking at the scoreboard, looking at the money. that Xenex currently have. Okay, JT. Okay, keep doing what you're doing, and maybe there's a chance, but I don't think he's going to make enough money to buy all his team's guns, and even still, he's got to be very careful, as Niels will end him as well. So, while most money they have is 2,700, I suppose you just go for it here, unless you're going to play from overtime.
I feel like even overtime would be safer. The money's not great. It's not a map that...
Would you believe they can string 8 rounds together?
No,
I guess they can.
No, but I don't believe they can string 8 rounds together, even if they force this one up. Like it's a lose-lose. And I understand the full eco.
They don't need 8 in a row at least.
No, but you know what I mean. I don't see them winning this map, to be honest. That's looking unlikely.
Nelly, the negative.
And just to clarify, it's not 8 rounds, it's 9 rounds till they win. Good maths, Tom.
Well, I was playing to overtime.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was playing to 16 rounds.
But they couldn't have got that if they saved in this round.
They can. They can win a full eco. We've seen it before. Don't discount that.
I am going to discount that. As I can see them getting wrecked at the moment by one man and his AK. Will eventually be finished off at least, but in the meantime, the bomb's on A.
That'd be a cool book name. One man and his AK. A thrilling story of Tom as an American... Which got told sounds like a child's book.
Your child was very
What
was very
do you live
dark. If it was one man and his AK-47,
You'd have to live in a real war-torn country there.
Yeah.
I feel like One Man and His AK, the story of Tom, the white American high schooler. You know, does that work?
white American high schooler. Well,
is that allowed?
I'm just gonna walk away from that topic. Robin, is he gonna get caught? Yeah, he is. Darcy at least catching a couple on the exit. That seems to be the way they do things around here at the moment. Catching people off on the exits. Darcy will save one.
That book would basically be a Liege's autobiography.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's a little bit less dark than where that seemed to be going.
Oh. No, that was just dark. I was just saying a Liege. I'm just going to stop.
Yeah,
I dig
please,
myself a hole.
please.
I'm going to dig myself a hole.
This is UK. We don't talk about NA here.
Okay, 15 rounds over FM as the full eco did not prove to be too successful here for the Xenex side, aside from a save. And we will just see, once again, the buy coming out from FM as they are going to be relentless with the money for the time being, as you would expect. We can obviously see Xenex start to get tagged up here. Pulse's boost is going to work wonders as JT goes straight down. Shaney unable to trade, but we are going to see Neil going huge there for his team. He picks up a couple more, and it will just be FM starting to slowly but surely whittle down Xenex into a pool of blood and tears as JT is going to be the last person alive rotating back from this A site.
Yeah, this is looking pretty bleak at this stage, and in fact, it is over. Neil will finish things off. Nice performance from him. Robin as well at the top of the board. We saw some pretty impressive rounds overall. And Xenex, well, they started well, but towards the end it looked like they got outclassed.